It's not always easy to fight a devil that you don't even know where it started. And so you're trying to find deliverance. You're trying to get in a space to where you can walk in freedom. But this thing keeps resurfacing in our lives, and we're trying to figure out how to cut it down. But the truth of the matter is this: I've learned that the closer I get to Jesus, the more the issues fall off. Now, it doesn't mean that these things don't creep into my imagination. But when they show up in my imagination, my responsibility is to cast them down. And let me say this. Before we get onto a rant and a rave. If you go back to Adam and Eve, disobeyed, then they were subject to the flesh. You get to Abraham, disobeyed, subject to the flesh. David, disobeyed, he was subject to the flesh. Y'all ain't talking to me. All these people, Paul, Peter, Ananias, Elijah, Moses. Come on, call your list out. Because if we are properly looking at the Word of God is trying to reveal that it is possible to live in relationship with the holy God, and you are not a perfect human. But I'm striving to live in the perfected will of God. But the way to do that is to be not conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of my mind. I have to fight to renew my mind. Here's the major question. Why is it that when you see the fall of a follower of Christ, you will not immediately go to prayer because you understand the struggle of following well? Those who live in the comfortableness of judgment are a people who have not learned to follow well. Because those who learn to follow well understands that every time God uncovers a root of darkness in us and gets rid of that thing, he finds another. And there's always a thing God is working on. And because I understand that there is so many layers to evil that's in me, that I extend grace when I see a display of wickedness in others. Yeah, I know this is not popular, but it's true. Because the ministry of the gospel is reconciliation, restoration, becoming adopted sons and daughters of Christ, getting imputed righteousness,